Hello everyone, how you doing? It's been a few days and it's time to say hello, talk a little bit. I'll try to make it about music for the most part today, we'll see. I'm listening to my most recent acquisition through Vinyl Community Love Train. Some of the alliances that I have formed here through the BC are very real and ongoing. And one of them is with a fellow who I've never met in person named Simon in Poland. And Simon has been very kind to me and has sent me records several times throughout the years, and I've exchanged with him doing some photography for him, photographing some records for, I don't know, a project of something for him. But anyway, he and his wife just sent me a wonderful, really nice letter with a postcard of Poland, a particular place in Poland, he says, where a lot of famous Polish people have been buried. But the album he sent me, I'm really happy about it. Something I've wanted on vinyl, which is the music of Komida. And what we have here is on the Polish Jazz series. This is awesome, Simon. The music, Astigmatic, the music of Komida, presented by the Tomasz Stanko Quintet. Wow. That's what I was playing, and if you still hear music, that's my neighbor. I live with that for over 20 years, almost every day when the weather's fine. And when I complain, he gets mad at me. And he's my cousin. Anyway, Simon, thank you so much. I've just started to play this. I'm actually going to put it back on in the background. I'm going to turn it down. Brand new copy on the Musa label out of Poland. So how have things been? Things have been good. They've been interesting. As I told you, I had been working up towards this show with singer Carol Rogers, who had been with Sergio Mendes. We did the show last Friday. Apart from a false start due to some things on the PA being reset, the show went off well. I'm going to try to remember there was some video clips taken by the audience that I will add to the end of this video so you can see and hear how it went. It was a good time and a good audience, a good response, and so we'll probably do it again. Do I anticipate recording and making a record with Carol? I do. Probably not till sometime next year. This is one of those times where it's like, okay, I just kind of need to check in. Not real clear and focused about what all I want to say. That much I'll try to do. I'll try to get an agenda, as it were. You know, it's like, what is it? What am I showing? What's this about? The main thing this one was about was to say hello and to share, let Simon know that I got this album. He sent it. It was actually meant for my birthday, but he explained it got held up. Some other things I'd like to say is I still have records for sale, and I'll just leave the link. Some other music sitting out. This is actually new to my collection. Satchel Grande is a local kind of throwback funk band, and one of the sax players in the band, James Ballerin, is also Quato Ballerin is also in Sun Ambulance with me. So we did a recording session last week at my house, and he gave me a copy of their latest CD, The Hook and the Heartache by Satchel Grande. Now, this really just mostly sounds like a throwback to stuff like the Average White Band to me. And they play it well. It sounds like it's purposely trying to sound old or like it's from the past. I think they found their audience, and this is what the audience they attract a large audience in Omaha on a regular basis. So they know what they know what their audience wants, and apparently the leader of the band, this is where he's coming from, Chris, who I don't know well, but I'm familiar with. But he's a record collector too, and apparently really into funk and soul. And good job. Their drummer, Carlos Figueroa, actually sat in and played percussion Friday night at my show with Carol Rogers. She hired him. He did a great job, and I will remember to add that video to the end of this so you can hear and see how the show went. Carlos's percussion added a very nice dimension. Overall, I think the show went pretty well. I was pretty jazzed with it, actually. Other records sitting out. I get on a jag with Catherine Wheel last night. People started talking about them online, and so I had to hear some. So I played Chrome by Catherine Wheel all the way through. This album is just magnificent. One of the best guitar-based bands of the 90s, in my opinion, out of England. Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer, is Rob Dickinson of this band is cousins with Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden. This is kind of hard to find on vinyl. Glad I have it. I also played their cover of 30th Century Man, the Scott Walker song. When I saw them for the second time, I got to meet the band and had them sign a bunch of my records for me. That's when I got this signed. They do a great version of the song. An old hard rock album from the 60s, Wilkinson Tricycle. I pulled this. I used to have an original of this. Originals of this are pricey now. I got it when I was a kid as a cutout, and I kept it for a long time and never really liked it, to be honest, as a kid. There was one song, the ballad on the first side, David's Rush, was the only song I like, and still now it's the best song on the album in my opinion. But I found this several years ago, a reissue, and just finally got around to playing it. I mean, really playing it and listening to it last night, and I have more appreciation for it now. Pekka Jolla, late bassist from, I believe, Finland. He was a monster bassist. He didn't play like Jaco Pastorius, but he had technique that is in that realm, that he, is known for being a very good, very accomplished bass player. Good writer too. This album, every man of his, I like this quite well. Some would say it suffers from that 80s productions value sound, but enough time has passed that that's not an issue. You hear the datedness of it, but listen to the compositions and the way it's put together. It's wonderful. I just realized all this talking. I was listening so much while talking. It just occurred to me that maybe it might be hard for you to hear what I'm saying, but I was just listening. Here's something I got through VCLT. I forget who gives it to me. Possibly Jim Drummond. I forget. But here it is. Yeah, the Pirate Ship Quintet. Rope for No Hopers on Deneb Ollie. Listen to this in the last few days. Listen to it well. And the first side that I put on, I took it off. It just was too moody. I wasn't in the right mood. Turned it over, whole different story, and wonderful album. Post-rock, maybe you could call it a post-rock chamber group. Really good. Really good. Nice graphics too. This is a classic English folk rock album that I have a reissue of, and every now and then I have to pull it because it's so good. Trees on the Shore. with one of the most iconic covers done by Hypnosis, the folks who were responsible for the majority of Pink Floyd's album covers. This is one of my favorite of their covers. It's just a neat picture of the girl throwing the water. It's just awesome. It just really, really catches it. And it's very fitting of the album. This is folk rock, Fairport Convention come to mind. This is just awesome. Really excellent album. Some jazz I hadn't played in a long time, so it was like hearing it for the first time. Wonderful. I like it when this happens, when I play something that I can't remember, and then it's like, wow, this is really, really good. I don't remember it being this good. John Blake, Maiden Dance on Gramavision. Blake plays violin. Other players on this album, McCoy Tyner, Kenny Barron, Cecil McBee. You know, it's like, that lets you know right there. Quality musicians, but above that, they come together. This is a wonderful date. Some good compositions by Blake. And wonderful playing. Wonderful ensemble playing. Some fire. Some of you jazz musicians understand what I mean when I say fire. Brazilian. George Clark Magulo. I believe this is Brazilian. And it's jazz. I'm kind of I don't know, sometimes I want to call this like middle of the road jazz, but that's not doing it justice. This is actually a rather nice album. Magulo by George Clark. Brazilian jazz, really nice. Pull this, and you know, this plays fine. When this came out, when this reissue of My Bloody Valentine's Loveless came out by Plain Recordings, there was a shitstorm of complaints about the sound quality. Well, the sound quality of this album is strange in the first place. So I quite enjoyed listening to this, and no complaints here. I have the CD so I can hear it CD quality if I need to, but I love dropping the needle, and this was really, really enjoyable. I'm going to stop there and keep it short. I'm not going to go political at all. You all know what's going on with this crazy ass world. Let me try to remember to attach the Artise Johnson is a local videographer, and he put together a little composite of what he had shot of the night. Thanks, Artise, except you spelled my name wrong, and that just, to me, I'm saying it right here in public, that really seems strange to me. As long as you've known me, and as much as you see my name, and the show was put together by me, and you spelled my name wrong. What? Artise.